Nobody should eat stuff that comes from China.
I'm telling y'all, don't go to China. Like, the pollution there, the lack of food quality is literally going to kill you. Like, once it was so bad, when I was buying fruit from this vendor, the fruit still had seeds in it. It was non-genetically modified. It was freshly picked that day.
Hello amazing viewer, delighted to have you once more at Comfort for Life. I bring to you compilations of TikTok and Red Note videos for educational purposes. If you are new here, consider subscribing, and to my returning viewers, I love and appreciate you. Thank you so much for keeping it up here. You guys are the real MVPs.
Wow, this was so unexpected. I never imagined that one would make such a statement toward Chinese food. So let's look into this. The last time I checked, people were going crazy over Chinese food.
At a point where I need Chinese food or I'm gonna lose it.
While some were going crazy, others were experiencing grievous aging.
I'm in China. I have lost weight and I am much younger.
And for some it was better sleeping conditions. And for others, it was glowing skin. But I want to admit that people living this are those who are still stuck in the 80s when Chinese were lacking food. I just want to believe that. Allow me to break this down with these few clips that I want to share with you and make your own judgment.
Like, it's crazy. There was even this one time I went to a hospital, where it was a Chinese traditional medicine hospital, and they gave me herbs and tea that I could drink that literally helped cure my cold. Like, it had no chemicals in it, 100% organic, and like, I never had nothing like that before. Like, the first 2 months I was there, like, the food I was eating, the water I was drinking, had my face clearing up, had me losing weight around my midsection. Like, it was some crazy effects I never experienced before. So, like, if you do decide to go to China, like, be careful what you eat, what you drink. It might make you feel better.
I will say this, which I find to be really random, but I don't get ashy in China. Like, I'm not saying I don't use lotion, but I'm just saying I don't need to use lotion all like that. Like, my skin does not get ashy. I'm only ever ashy in America. What the fuck? Hey, what is going on? What is going on? My hair, it don't itch. It don't itch. I've never drank the water here. Not because I'm afraid of whatever. They just say, girl, we don't drink tap water. You go get you some known food. Some known food water, or some, what is it, wahaha. Go get you some wahaha water. Yeah, that's random, but okay. I got a Zoom meeting in like 20 minutes. I just woke up. It's like 8 in the morning. And it's how I look, fresh off the wake up. Freshly on the wake up. Okay.
All right, if we being real, let me tell y'all really why I don't like China. So one, I don't like the food. It's too fresh. And if you're paying cheap prices for organic food, something is wrong. That don't sound right. Because in America, you know, we pay for quality. And it's no better food than American food. I don't care what y'all say. Secondly, I would say the crime. China is terrible with crime, like robbing, killing, drugs, alcohol, music. It's terrible. Like, that's a terrible place to raise your kids. I'm telling you, it's no safety in China. Number 3, I would say the opportunity for jobs, for entrepreneurship is slim to none. Like, you go there, you're not going to have any chance to make money. I'm telling you right now. America, though, you can work tomorrow in America. The amount of opportunity we have in America to work, that's why we the greatest country in the world. We have so much opportunity for jobs here. But in China, you know, you go to Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Shanghai area, you're not going to meet any entrepreneurs. If you want to go to a factory, they have factories there, but what can you do? You can't make money at these factories because, one, they're not making money themselves. They send millions of products to America, but America makes all the money. China doesn't make any money. So yeah, basically, if you go to China, just know that you're not going to make any money. You're not going to have any opportunity. Food is going to be terrible, and you're going to get paid every month, and your apartment might be free. But I wouldn't risk that, I would prefer you to stay in America, work until you're 65. Then when you're 65, inshallah, you can go to China and just have a look and see how it is. Grocery shopping in China versus grocery shopping in America. And the first thing I want to say, that when it comes to consuming food, I really care about what I put in my body. So when I go grocery shopping here in America, I have to really take my time, go inside the store, look at what they have, because 85, maybe 80% of the food in the grocery store is BS. Seedless fruit, red 40, yellow 40, soybean oil, all these processed foods, great value water. You know what I'm saying? So when I go in there, I have to really go and search around for the best quality stuff. And some grocery stores don't have seeded fruit. They just don't have seeded fruit. Everything is seedless. So now I gotta make a whole nother trip to a whole different store on the other side of town. So I'm damn near paying $10 for a seeded watermelon. It's whatever. But I know in China, I went to one store downstairs from my apartment. They had seeded grapes, apples, lemon, oranges, pears. Everything was seeded. In China, the banana was half the size of the one in America. Everything was smaller. I was paying around $2 for 2 pounds of bananas, 95 cents for a pound of oranges, $1.50 for 2 pounds of grapes. The watermelon was around $4, I believe. But I bought seeded watermelon from Morocco and I only paid 50 cents. So why in America everything is expensive and they say, oh, this is the healthy kind, it's more expensive. Okay, so basically you're saying the natural food is more expensive because it's natural, but the food that's not natural is more cheaper. And they know that you're probably already struggling, so they need to give you something that's affordable, which is the food that's not natural. Makes sense. I got it. I went to the grocery store yesterday. They had a 4-pack of apples for $10. Why am I paying $10 for 4 apples, bro? I'm gonna eat 2 of them in the car. By the time I get home, I have 2 apples left.
Yes, in China, they do be eating cats, dogs, bats, snakes. They got markets for that stuff. I'm telling you, that's majority of their diet. No, this is not the truth. This is just another exaggeration that I don't know where y'all hearing it from, but China has very good food, and I've been to over 50 different cities, and I didn't see one of those markets. Yes, have there been instances where people have sold and bought these type of animals? Yes, but it's illegal by the Chinese government and it's done on the low. Like when you're traveling around China, you will not see any of these animals that people mention they're eating on the menu of any restaurant you go to, because I've been to many restaurants. I haven't seen none of that stuff. It's normal food, chicken, beef, seafood, and they just make it in a different way where it tastes really good. They really have great food there. Like real authentic Chinese cuisine is really delicious for the people that know. Like you can go to many different parts of China. They have a lot of ethnic groups and different dishes and things you can try. Like in Sichuan, they have really spicy, good food there that I liked. And many other places, they got amazing food. Like you just can't be brainwashed thinking, okay, if I go there, I might eat this or that. Like, no, that's not the truth. They have a lot of the normal foods that people eat around the world. They may cook it a little differently with different spices and cooking methods and things like that, but there's no issue with the food there, guys.
So this is why I grocery shop every single day after living in China. So when I was in Beijing, my host mother would go to the local stands every single morning. It would be 6 in the morning and she is out and about getting the vegetables that we need, the fruits that we need. And I was just not used to this because in the US, we go grocery shopping every single Sunday, right? Like we'll get the vegetables that we need, we get the rice that we need, and it's all packaged food. But in China, they cook mostly with fresh vegetables, so they end up getting it every single day. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm like, doesn't it take a lot to go to the grocery store every single day? Or why don't you just bulk get everything once a week? But it's crazy because the more that I was seeing this lifestyle, I actually adopted doing it myself, because I realized that the food doesn't go bad when you buy it every single day. So if you look at my fridge, I actually don't keep very much in my fridge. It's really just bare minimum, but I cook per the day. So I think that was definitely a culture shock for me when I got back to the US. And my parents were shopping, you know, every single week for the food that we needed, you know, during COVID or whatever. But down to today, I will grocery shop every single day for the things that I need outside of meal prepping for work. Do you guys do this? Like, you know, I'm not used to seeing as many Americans doing this, but let's talk about it. Maybe more people do this than I think.
Hey, thanks so much for the question. I'm actually still here at the restaurant, so I wanted to give you guys a tour of like how it works. And now you can see there's many more people than there were in the last video when there was nobody. We showed up at the start, but anyway, the way this works is you have a pair of tongs here that you're going to use to grab anything. So like an orange would not be cooked. So some items you put in the pot and you cook them. The orange, I'll just sit here on my plate and I'll eat that, you know, directly out of the buffet dish. But you can grab anything you want off the buffet, and a lot of it, like I said, you will cook. So upcoming here is the seaweed. So it's like a little seaweed bow. You take this, plop it in your pot, and then you let it cook. When items are done, you use your chopsticks to grab them out and eat with. So here's like a vegetable I put in there a couple minutes ago. I gotta let some of this water go out. My Chinese dad just said, American, eat this. And that's gonna be this like chicken stuff that just came up. So it's like fried chicken. And again, this can be eaten directly, so I'll just put it directly on my plate. The same, I'm gonna grab a couple of them, they're pretty good. All right, so I got those. And then this is like a noodle coming up. And then after that, it'll be like a watermelon. And again, guys, I told you guys this before, but you can bring your outside drinks into the restaurant. So we always order drinks at a different restaurant. This is our coffee. And then you can bring it into this restaurant to eat the hot pot. So anyways, hopefully this is helpful and it shows you a side of China you wouldn't otherwise see or hear. Cheers. Hey, so thanks so much for the question. And here in China, I just got out of the gym. Here is my afternoon snack. It is a whole coconut that I just drink the coconut water out of, and then a banana. I'm gonna jump on the subway and go down the street there. You guys can see from the rest of my videos, I typically just walk around China. So as far as like ingredients and are they better? Yes, the food is more raw, the ingredients are better, but also the lifestyle is better in terms of health. So over in China, I feel a lot healthier than the United States. I would say in Europe, you also feel very much more energized than in the US as far as the ingredients and the food. But yeah, anywhere but the US as far as food and ingredients, you just feel like in the United States, you feel bloated, you'll feel more lethargic, and there's just, I don't want to try to put it into words. I mean, you can travel to either Europe or China, eat the food, stay for about 1 to 2 weeks, and you'll feel a difference right away. So anyways, hopefully this was helpful. It shows you my what I eat and another side of China that you wouldn't otherwise see or hear. Cheers.
I went to Chick-fil-A the other day, right? And I got a chicken sandwich. And guess how much that joint was? No fries, no drink, none of that. Just the sandwich. It was $7.15 for actually spicy chicken sandwich. My fault. It was a spicy chicken sandwich. No drink, no fries, just a sandwich with 2 pickles. Like, yo, it's getting criminal out here in America. $7 for a chicken sandwich. And I'm in Maryland. Like, I'm wondering how people in New York, Cali, Florida, like, what is y'all paying? $12 for a sandwich probably. It's crazy. Actually, my fault, I forgot something. It comes with a honey mustard. My fault. And if you get 2, you can use one to dip for your chicken sandwich. The other one you can use as your beverage.
Why does it cost so much money to eat healthy in America? Like, bro, think about it. You paying $100 for fruit from the ground. Why? It's from the ground, bro.
Hey, so thanks so much for the question. And I'm here in a supermarket in China. So this is their seafood, and you can tell all the fish are alive. You can actually grab the net and get your fish that you'd like. And then we'll go over here to the meat section and I'll show you guys what that's like. But another thing about Chinese food is you'll never see an expiration date. You'll actually only see a production date. So that's very different from the United States. And here's all the meat. All that meat is chopped up fresh, and you can see they've got all these tables here to actually cut the raw meat or the animal up when it comes in. You can even go on just the street vendors, right? Just go to the street and you can see a meat shop or a seafood shop that's even fresher than the supermarket. But again, I want to explain the expiration date thing with you guys. So in China, there's no expiration date on food. It's actually a production date. So one of the things that ruined our food in the United States was companies trying to make the food last longer before it expired. And they can get away with printing an expiration date so you don't actually know when they made the food. They could have produced and packaged that meat 10 days ago, and you're just now seeing it, but the expiration date says 3 days from now. And supermarkets are actually told, and I'm talking about the United States, when to put out food based on the expiration date. So don't put something out too soon, because then it will show that the expiration date is so far away it doesn't seem reasonable on certain items. But again, so here in China, you're only going to see the production date and not the expiration date, and then it will tell you how many days from the production date the food is good. So you could say, for example, a thing of meat, it was produced and packaged 3 days ago, and it's good for 5 days. That's how you would see it here in China. But anyways, I'm just roaming around the supermarket now, guys, showing you what China's really like, and hopefully this was helpful and it shows you a side of China you wouldn't otherwise see or hear. Cheers.
So tell me why every time I step out the US for like vacation or whatever, and I eat food, I eat bread, I eat greasy food, fried chicken, all that good stuff, why do I lose weight overseas? But when I go on a diet in America, I either stay the same or gain weight. Please somebody tell me. But the reason a lot of Americans are sick is not just the bad food, but it's them synthetic medications y'all doctors be giving y'all. Like when I first left the United States and I went to China, the first thing I noticed was they always use organic means to try to heal you and make you healthier. Like it's called traditional Chinese medicine. It's a thing they've been doing for thousands of years. Like they use plants, mushrooms, things that have properties that can heal certain things in your body, like your kidneys, your skin, eyes, etc. Like it's not normal to be taking all these pills and medications that have 100 ingredients in it. Like no way that's healthy. It's always going to have some type of side effects compared to if you're using organic herbs, plants, mushrooms directly from the earth. Like one main thing I noticed when traveling around the world is the many other means of organic healing that they have, through the earth and through nature. And I feel like a lot of people need to experience that. So I swear, when you go overseas, all American fast food chains taste way better. Like every one I've had overseas, and I've mostly been in China, they've tasted way better. Like McDonald's, KFC, Pizza Hut, Domino's. And not only does it taste better, the variety they be having is crazy. Like one time I went to a KFC, you could get pizza there and it was straight. I was like, pizza at KFC is insane. They even be having like the dine-in type of restaurants, like the Applebee's, Chili's, Outback, stuff like that. Like they be having everything there and it just tastes amazing. It's just really crazy to me how American fast food restaurants taste better overseas than they do in America.
What do China's street cleaners eat for lunch? They come to this heartwarming restaurant, a charity eatery that provides free lunch for street cleaners every day. The restaurant offers 8 dishes and 1 soup, and you can pick whatever you like. Outside, there's always a long line, but the manager assures me that there's always enough food for everyone, even at the end. Even though the restaurant is only about 300 square meters, it's filled with infinite warmth and care.
What 100 factory workers eat for breakfast in China. At 4:30 a.m., the chefs start working. A whole slab of beef is the main protein for the meal. The chefs start kneading dough. Wash the vegetables, clean chicken feet. The flatbreads go into the pan. Vegetables are chopped. Blanched beef goes into the stew. The marinated chicken feet are done. Braised eggplant is done. Flatbreads come out. And the big beef stew is ready. Time to eat. So hearty and satisfying, the beef smells amazing.
One thing I realized about living in China versus America is that Chinese people don't complain about prices or food or daily life expenses. America is supposedly the richest nation, but everyone is poor. We talk about other countries, but we don't even have money. The government doesn't have money. They take all of our money. And I'm in China. I read something online that said it's 300 million poor people. Where? I barely see homeless people in China. I've been to the biggest cities. It's no different than LA. Bro, LA, New York probably has more homeless people in these cities that I used to go to. I've barely seen any homeless people in China. You will find a couple You'll find a couple, but it's not like a huge amount like Philly, New York, LA, Miami. You know what I'm saying? America has benefits for sure. Like in America, I can drive the car, I can go and do whatever I want. It's English. I don't have to worry about translating anything. I won't even say anything about the food because China had better food, to be honest. I literally have to be careful in America and make sure I don't eat out too much. It's not right, man. Like the food is crazy. You eat a double cheeseburger and feel like you about to pass out. The only thing I would say is that if you're Muslim, masjids are probably far away if you're in a smaller city. If you're in a bigger city, you good. But if you stay in like a smaller city like Dongguan, the nearest masjid is probably 2 hours away, maybe an hour 30. It just depends where you are. There are certain areas in the northern part of China that has like 95% Muslims. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I be seeing the stuff that y'all read, but from my own experience, it's not true. So sometimes it's even hard to believe the internet.
Sometimes I don't want to cook, so I pull up on him and I get 2 meals for about, let me see, it's 18, so 7 goes into 18, about $2.50 for some fried rice and some fried noodle, and I take it home and give it to my boy.
Propaganda is real. Americans will never see the real China unless they physically go and experience how China really is. All of these videos and articles that y'all read can't compare it to your real experience.